Alrighty, we're doing a crystal quest. This time we're focusing on the black crystal. I was going through all the passives and all the characters I have, and I do believe there's enough. I have enough black crystal characters where I'm like, you know what? I want to start focusing on them a little bit. I do have a lot of green passives, and we're close to done on that tree. But I do think I do want to get just to like the D3 passive and maybe the A5 passive for the black crystal, just because there's a lot of units that I have in this that are actually pretty good. Ooh, actually. Okay, no, I was about to say that might have been a mistake, but no, we're perfectly fine. And here in this fight, we rolled the Iris fight, and the Iris fight fairly simple. The only real issue with Black Crystal at the moment is that we don't have like a real force charger until like Lenora, and I think she's not due until the end of the year. So Black Crystal will be lacking a little bit in that department, but we do have a fuck ton of utility and damage. So, yeah, if you have Astos, you could just replace Golbez for Astos. But I like Golbez, so I'm going to bring Golbez. That's just how it is, So here, I think we're just going to do Shooting Star. And I need to be a little careful with who I target with Noctis, just because how his Warp Step works. It basically revolves around who you're targeting. Yeah, this is a higher turn rate move. Yeah, and, we have Warp Step up at the moment because we use Noctis's LD. So that should mean Zack moves up ahead of B. After he does his little chain slash here. Yeah, so we're just trying to stay ahead of him as much as we possibly could there. And here with Golbez, we'll just go ahead and... We're going to lose the Warp Step ability there, but that's perfectly fine. And these guys do attack during their thresholds, but it's not like it's super dangerous or anything. And there's like a lot of auto regen on this team, so, we're not exactly super worried about what they could throw at us or anything like that. I think here we're just going to go ahead and LD. Just go ahead and get a big break. And yeah, the reason why not having a force charger in the color pool is pretty important is if we end up with the force time we can't cancel, then it ends up being a particularly annoying thing. Just because, being able to cancel the force times, especially if they're 20 turn ones and you can't actually kill the boss unless you actually cancel their force time, can be kind of a problem actually, like especially with turn limits and all that. And just time in general spent in the fight. So it can be a little scary, but I do believe this team we can cancel this force time with the melee ability. So that's why we brought Zack along, because his force echo is melee. So I think we'll be perfectly fine in that department. And this fight doesn't offer that much outside of just threshold attacks, and on occasion they'll actually debuff you, which is fairly annoying. Just because Zack might get paralyzed every now and then, or like he might get brave frozen. And actually, we can go ahead and Seymour here. And just delay them just a little bit. Okay, they didn't activate their force time. I do believe this is like 5,000. Yeah, we got to worry just a little bit about what's the word I'm looking for? The HP requirement. Because I do believe we're just gonna go for either Noctis or Golbez FR, and then from there. Well, actually, I don't have anyone's BT effect up. Okay, that's perfectly fine. And Golbez, for whatever reason, I think on one of his buffs, he actually takes less HP damage. So, being a big boy, he's actually quite tanky. Yeah, and you see, that's an example of us getting paralyzed. Actually, I think that was an AoE paralyze, like an aura paralyze. Yeah, you see, so right now, me not having my BTFX up was kind of an issue. But it looks like, oh my god. Is that just an AoE 2-turn paralyze? Is that what's happening right now? Okay, I think we should be fine now. Disaster beam. Okay, yeah, now we're fine. Jesus Christ, that was a little scary. That was a little scary, not gonna lie. We do need to get our BTFX up soon, just because, if that happens again, we're gonna be in a world of trouble. And you can see our damage isn't looking that great right now, just because there's like a support unit in Setzer in Black Crystal, but I don't have his BT. And I didn't bring him just because his FR Echo is ranged. But I think here, just for good measure, just to be on the safe side, we're going to go ahead and activate Zack's BT effect. Just make him immortal real quick and just make all the AoE damage go to him. Because I forgot they did that Aura BT, or not Aura BT effect, Aura Paralyze. That scared me just a bit. I was like, oh god, wait a second. You're not supposed to do that. Yeah, and getting Noctis's FR up is kind of annoying. Just because... Actually, what's about to fall off? It's man in black armor. Okay. It's not like the biggest deal in the world. I do wish Zack was above A. So, this is like the interesting thing about Noctis's FR. Actually, we could just go for a Golbez FR. It's not a big deal. Yeah, you know what? We'll go for a Golbez FR. Just because Noctis can provide warp step to the party. And we are going to miss out on a little bit of damage here. Just because they heal most of it back. It's not a 100% heal, but it's like 90% heal. It's, you know, basically nothing. So here, instead of doing the FR Echo, we're just going to go ahead and get Noctis' BT effect on. And that's, you know, he just provides the party with the follow-up. And it's a pretty damaging follow-up too. It's only single target, like it's very similar to General Leo's. But it's still a very good BT follow-up. And now that we have Brave Retain too, we kind of just want to spam all our echoes and then just go to town. Don't worry, Zack, you'll be fine. So now that Zack's turn has come around, we actually do want to activate his FR Echo. And that should cancel this force type. Yeah, so when you're playing Black Crystal, you kind of just, until Lenora comes out, you kind of just have to play to the fight normally. You know, which isn't a bad thing in most cases. But it does end up being fairly annoying. So here, I have half a mind to just go into BT effect. Yeah, what I think I'm going to do then is I'm going to Astral Annihilation. And I want to be careful with Noctis's FR ability as well. Just because if you do Warp Step and you start warping up the party a certain way, you can actually just loop yourself and knock you, like, for example, right here with Noctis and Zack. If I just keep targeting A, they're going to keep warping up in front of A and Golbez will never get a turn. So, you know, I do have to be a little mindful with my turns. So you see here, in this particular instance, if I'm going to do Noctis's FR ability, or his FR Echo, then I should target A. So that way Noctis could warp up here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And like, that's the fun part about Noctis's kit, you know, there's a little bit of thought on who you have to target. And like, and on certain fights where there's certain HP thresholds, it gets a little iffy on if you want to warp up or not. So that's very cool. Like, sometimes you just have fights where you just stay ahead of the enemy the whole time. Oh, that was brutal. That was brutal. That was messed up, man. So here I don't want to target A, because then Noctis is just going to warp up, and we don't want that. Yeah, maybe having a... which call am I thinking about? Not Aerith, Lena. Maybe having a Lena call on would have been a good idea for this fight. Alright, and I have half a mind to just go into Summon. No, we already activated the in a cross call. Let's go ahead and try and test our luck with this with these EXs. Also, another reason I want to go into Black Crystal, you know, there's that other EX passive that will charge your EX. And you know, we got lucky. We just hit one. So you know, and a Crow with Golbez is a fairly common combo you see nowadays. Did we get it? I don't think we did. I don't think we did. Oh, we got it! Oh, wait, no, we didn't. I'm looking at Noctis's EX bar. But that does give us free skills, and that means we could actually just spam Rising Wave like crazy. And this is like a ridiculously damaging attack. 28 plus this follow-up. An extra 10 million to damage. That's pretty... that's really good, you know? We can do LD. Yeah, we're gonna LD. Because even if we hit EX, we're just gonna EX into FR Echo. Or not FR Echo, just FR attack. And we didn't get it. We didn't get it. And we do have like Brave Retain now too, so you know we're probably just gonna hit summon when that comes up, and then just try and finish the fight in summon mode. Let's see, where is our FR? I wish we could do the Echo here. Got all that damage. We finally got the. We only got one in a cross proc. A little unfortunate, but you know, whatever, it's fine. And we do still have Echo, or we do still have FR activations on Noctis, I believe. I don't think I used all of Noctis's FR echoes. Oh, and Zack for sure, because Zack got paralyzed. But I think here we're just going to try and stall out just a bit, and when they get close to their FR gauge, that's when we're going to go and proc summon, and just try and kill them from there. Alright, Golbez, Swolbez. Let's keep the EX spam a-coming. Oh, and that was my PC. Oh, it was telling me about the new Astos banner Lamau. And here, I think I have Warp Step on. I do. So if I like target A, I could just keep targeting A, but I want to get the most out of Noctis's BT effect, so I'm actually just going to target B. Although it is a little scary because, you know, they do have attacks that can just paralyze us. And if Zack gets paralyzed, it's probably not the end of the world just because we still have Noctis right after. Alright, and now we have the full party. This is what we want to see. Man, I shouldn't have said anything. Magitech Laser. And we do need to heal up Zack. That is a thing we're going to need to do because that's part of the HP requirement. So here... Oh, I need to be careful. I wonder if that counts. Well, it doesn't update immediately. It like takes a turn. So here I'm just gonna Fusoya. See, did that update? Huh? I wonder because that I know that doesn't like isn't affected by Brave or by HP damage mitigation because you know we have a lot of it and nothing happened. So I'm wondering. We have one more Warp Step, right? We do. No, but we already have an extra turn coming out. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to shoot stuff. Yeah, not just being a little speedy, sometimes it's kind of awkward because you don't want to burn through his BT effect. You only get so many turns. And here I think we're just going to... They're pretty close, and sometimes they just jump turns like crazy, so we're just going to press summon. Because I think the first passive I'm going to want for sure is D3, because that's just a generally good passive for, you know, some units that just want to be slow. And instead of a single target, we'll just go for Black Fang. The split 9 HP attacks. And that should be the fight. Oh wow, he lived? Alright, Noctis, finish it off for us, yeah? Finish it off for Shooting Star's ass. Bagoosh. Yeah, and I hope... Yeah, okay. Just double check real quick. I was about to quit. I was like, wait a second. So, yeah, that's the fight with the Black Crystal characters. And I'm looking to get D3 as a passive. I'm looking for A5. And I think I want to get the extra LD one and the EX one. The LD passive, the +2 LDs, I want to get for Orin. And the EX charge passive, I want to get for Golbez. And, you know, D3 is just going to be useful on units on them, you know, that just don't want to take that many turns, get the most out of their BT effects. So, yeah, let's go to the Crystal Room. Alrighty, so at the Crystal Room, and as you can see, we're at the Green Chamber 63 out of 90. Like, we're getting pretty close to finishing it off. Like, you know, you can see a little aura around it. But here for Black, we do have some, like, they are giving out enhancement points right now, too, which is nice. So, I think for now, I want to focus on getting A5. Yeah, just because this is just a generically good, an attack passive. And D3, just because, you know, reducing your own Brave and HP damage taken and then lowering your turn rate, that's perfect on tanks like Orin. So I think, and just the lower turn rate is just going to help extend BT effects that are pretty useful, like Noctis's, because he can be a little annoying at times. Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you know what, well, we have some extra passives right here. We'll do an extra 700. We'll just unlock D3 immediately. I do believe, I don't know how often I'm going to be doing Black Crystal. But I do know I want A5 down here. A4 is pretty interesting just because of the extra Brave hit. And I like, on characters like King, where he has like 6 to 8 Brave hits on his double bullet, would be hilarious because then you could just give him like 12, 14 brave hits and he'll just always be capping. So that's kind of funny. And, you know, just stuff like, you know, U4 where you have the low chance for the recast is great on a character like Golbez. Is it U6? That's the 2 LD uses? Yeah, 2 LD uses on this, but canceling out your EX. That's perfect on a character like Orin. So there's a few passives that I want on this tree. And I figure, you know what? Let's start doing some Black Crystal real quick. Maybe I'll start using these Brilliance crystals we have here. There you go. There's the first Black Crystal quest. Take it easy.